You've built your base. Now the question is, can you keep it? Because the truth is, you're always being shifted, stretched, and moved on the pickleball court. And your ability to adjust your base is what determines the quality of every shot that you take. And today, we're going to learn how to adjust that base without losing control. Now remember, the whole purpose of my videos and in this series is about awareness and observation. I want you to focus on how your body feels and accepts the pressure and weight. And at the end of this video, I'll provide for you a workout that you can take straight onto the court. But remember, awareness and observation comes first. And if you haven't already, make sure that you watch part 1 because we're building directly off of what we worked on in this first video. Ready? Let's begin. I see this all the time. Players frozen at the line. And that's not ready, that's waiting. And if you wait, you're late. If you're completely still, you have to start from 0 every time. But if your body is already alive and moving a little, you're that much closer to reacting. And that's what ready bounces do. So all we're gonna do here is we're gonna get into our ready stance and I'm gonna rock to find that midfoot. Remember, I'm not really crunching up the toes or I'm feeling heavy in the heels. And what you do is once you find that midfoot, connect into the hips and just slowly come up and down. Feel your hips guide the movement and go from there. And then slowly you're gonna build up tempo, but only as much as that you can control. And so we're not looking for pure speed. And one of the main things that you're gonna hear from me is only go as fast as you can control. Can I go in any direction from here? And as you speed up, you'll be able to find a rhythm, and that's what we're going for, purely rhythm. Can I move in this direction? Can I move in this direction? Can I move in this direction? Where can I go? I can go anywhere within my ready bounces. If it's chaotic, there's no chance, and you're not gonna be able to react as quickly from that position. Now what we're gonna do is bring the ankles into it. And this is really important because most people are stiff and tied up at the foot and ankle. And it's important that we don't lose that elastic springiness to our step. It's a movement for total health. And it's why it's considered the second heart, the calves, is because it helps circulate blood right back up into the heart. And so having the ability to bounce is extremely important to overall health. We're gonna shift more of our weight towards the front, and now I'm gonna be light on the heels. And you'll notice my heels are barely hovering or just touching the ground. And what I want you to do is start slow from this position and just bounce on your calves. Start slow because we're just trying to observe. Feel what side of your body is accepting more pressure than the other, and do you feel springy and elastic? There's no sense in going too fast. It's about rhythm and control. And so slowly start to build up tempo. Make sure the knees aren't locked. And just feel that bounciness in the feet. You don't want to feel like your foot or your knees or your back are hurting. This is where you're going to have to rock and shift a little bit to make sure that you're comfortable in these positions and it's not causing any undue pain or stiffness. Now, as a little bonus, there are variations to the ready bounce. Some players will use just being on their toes a little bit more in their forefoot, or some people will find opportunities to bounce into the hip. There's not one right or wrong answer, but there's a couple that I want to mention to you as an aside. Sometimes you'll see players, well, they're trotting left to right, or you just see them stepping left and right as they're adjusting and feeling. And so the ready stance isn't just about one particular variation. It's about finding what's suitable for you. And you'll find that different situations call for different types of ready bounces, but it's something that's really important in order to getting your reflexes and feeling faster at the line. The split step should happen around the moment your opponent makes contact. If we connect this to the ready bounce, your body is naturally falling into the split step as they hit. When you land, the hips go down and back and the feet widen slightly. But this is where most players lose themselves. They land too heavily into the heels and they get stuck and less athletic and less mobile. Here's the drill. Do a couple ready bounces and drop into your split stance. Pause. Where did the pressure go? Can the hips accept the landing? Can you stay quiet and controlled? Do I feel like I can go in any direction? And remember, if you can't control the landing, you can't control the next movement. Really observe at how your body accepts this pressure and ask yourself, am I mobile? You can feel free to add in some shifts just to make sure you're in the right spot. Now let's play with width a little bit. So there are times when your body is going to have to come a little bit wider. Say somebody's smacking an overhead at you and you need to get lower. And the general rule is that as I get lower, my split step is going to want to get a little bit wider as well. But there is a law of diminishing returns here, because if I get so wide that I can't get up, or I'm stuck, or I can't move in a different direction, then it's not as usable. So you want to think, as I drop with that width into my split stance, or I'm going to block something, can I block and then come right back up to ready stance? So let's play with that a little bit here. It's a drill like this that most people need to do because they struggle with the idea of holding their position and thinking they need to move side to side, when in reality, if you can drop low, you're going to have and control this radius around you so much better. Getting your width right is going to make sure that you get low to the right amount too, because you can return gracefully. The shuffle is one of the most important movements in pickleball. And today, we're just going to work on one controlled shuffle to see how our body accepts pressure laterally or side to side. And the mechanics of the shuffle are really interesting. In order to go left, I actually have to shift my weight over to the right. And in order to go right, I need to shift my weight over to the left. So here's the drill. I want us to get into our ready stance and now rock and find that midfoot. Feel comfortable. Now let's shift our weight to a side and load that hip. Just a gentle fold in the hips is all we need. And now feel how your body is absorbing that pressure. Does it feel wonky on your foot? Does it feel funny on your knee? You may need to play with the point of, is your knee way too angled inwards? Is your knee way too angled outwards where your big toe is coming off the ground as you shift? This is a very, very common mistake that people make when they're loading a side. You may also need to play with, as I'm coming back, if I'm too far forward and my hips aren't stretched back far enough, that is what's going to relieve pressure off of it. But remember, we're not feeling any sort of pain or discomfort on the knee, back, feet, and ankles in general. I want to feel my hips and my core loaded as I do these movements. Load the hip. Feel that midfoot. Press off. And all I'm doing is putting my foot right to where this foot's at, and I'm shifting over to the other side. And again, I feel how it's such an important part, not only to push off correctly, but to load and land correctly, because it's what's going to determine the quality of my shot or the quality of my movement. So feel and load that hip, push off that hip, step, and shuffle to the side. Shuffle to the side. And all I want you to do is to observe those positions. You want to start asking yourself, how am I loading and landing my body as I perform the shuffle? And the more clean you get at this, the better your movement and quality of movement will feel when you're on the court. So now here is where we blend it all together, and we're going to work on what's called the shuffle drop. So I'm basically shuffling and then dropping into a hip so that I can either get a dink or a low ball out of the air. And just like we've been going over, we're going to see how our body accepts that pressure as we drop a little bit deeper, bring our hips a little farther back, and work from a lower position. We're going to get into our ready stance, and all I'm going to do is one controlled shuffle, drop down, and get a little bit lower, and feel if you can control that hip. If a ball is coming this low, can I control it? Because what I want to be able to do is, as I'm deep into this hip, I need to be able to push off and return. But if I'm deep into this hip and I feel like there's no way I can get out, then that's not a range of motion that you have. And this is something where you could easily work yourself into it. So you just get into a range where, okay, I'm comfortable here. I can get a ball low from here, but I need to work a little bit more on it. And all you're going to do is this. Once you're in this position and I'm trying to get low, hold it. Breathe, relax, feel light, and then work another inch and feel how your body loaded on the hip. You may need to rock or shift around and feel what's going to line your body up for you. And this is just going to be a progression like anything. Instead of adding weight, all you're really doing is adding on range of motion as I get more and more comfortable. And am I in control? Can I move in any direction from here? Can I recover quickly and safely? And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll shuffle, drop into this hip, Am I comfortable? Is this leg weaker than the other? Is it stronger than the other? What is my dominant side? This is going to be a question that you're going to have to constantly ask yourself. And when I'm in these deep positions, can I get out and return? If you can't return from these positions, then you know that it's not a shot or a depth worth taking, and you can adjust your gameplay accordingly. And through time and applying these drills, you will get more range of motion and it will get more comfortable. But go slow, smooth and steady, feel and absorb the pressure from the feet directly into the hips. All you're gonna do is you're gonna stay in your ready stance. I'm going to ready, I'm gonna split and drop, shuffle, hold for a second, push off, shuffle to the other side, right back to recover, and I'm ready bouncing. Again, split, shuffle, feel that load, back to the other side, and recover. Keep going. Shuffle, shuffle, recover, okay? We're staying in this recovery stance each time. As we rest, take that 15 seconds just to hold that ready stance as you fatigue in general. Just stay with it. We're not perfectly still. There's just a little bit of motion to it. That's something you want to get used to all the time. Now let's hold with some depth here. So I'm going to shuffle, hold with some depth, push off the other side, right back to recovery. Again, shuffle with some depth, push off, a little bit of depth, push off, right to recovery. Find a depth that's comfortable for you. Push off, right back to recover. Only go as fast as you can control, okay? That's a big thing. If you can't hold the ready stance in between and you need to walk around and get to that position, that's fine. That's something that you can do. Now let's take the paddle and let's put some motion into it. Sink out, shuffle, recover. Split, shuffle, shuffle, recover. Ready, bounce, split, shuffle, think, recover. Here, split, shuffle, recover. Push off. And they're in that ready. And that's basically the way that the workout will go. You'll notice it wasn't perfect and you'll get it down in time. But the basic emphasis is I'm in my ready bounces. I split, I shuffle, I recover, and ready. And it's really cool because you can do this with a partner, thinking back and forth, cross court. It has so many different uses, but again, remember, we're finding depth that we can control. We're finding motions that we can really recover from and get back into that ready stance. That's one of the most important things that I see new players miss all the time. So it's not about speed. It's not about perfect motion. It's about getting the movements right so that our body accepts that pressure and distributes that pressure properly. So the key takeaways here are to remember that midfoot to hip connection. That's the basis of it all, so that I take pressure off my knees, my low back, and my feet in general. And remember, when we're hitting our split stance, our ready stance, the hips have to come down and back, and that upper torso travels just a bit forward, but not way too forward. And a couple of the key questions that you have to ask yourself is, do I feel in control, and can I move in any direction? And I remember one of the things that I had said is a soft and quiet landing is one that you can control. So keep those things in mind as you practice. And remember, awareness and observation above all. In due time, you will find that you get great results, feeling more performance, less pain, and overall more comfortable in your body. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in.